Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about season 5 episode either 16 or 17. My cable says 17, but I think that's because of the Christmas episode or because of the Halloween special, but then it's episode 16. I don't know, whatever. But it's called Over a Barrel. That's the one that premiered last night. So I don't know. Are you guys entertained by PLL this season? I feel like it's just getting drawn out and boring. Like they're putting in new characters like Johnny with Spencer, and then I don't know what the girl's name is that works at the brew with Emily. It's just like, alright guys, let's get to the meat of the problem. Let's not forget why we're here. But yeah, let's get into my notes, what I wrote out. I forgot that Mrs. Marin was with Ted, Pastor Ted. I completely forgot. I'm like, oh my gosh, she cheated on him. Anyway, why are the girls so worried about being framed for Mona's murder if they didn't do anything? Like, their main focus right now is, oh my gosh, they could frame us. Holbrook and Allison, because they swear Allison is A, can frame us for Mona's murder. Why are they so bent on not being framed when, you know, you guys didn't do anything? Yes, A does like to frame people and stuff, but I feel like A already framed Allie, so by now you should have been framed. But then I think they're like subconsciously listening to what Allie said to them, like, you're next, pretty much what she told them. So pretty much they can end up in jail, so they're trying to avoid any way of ending up in jail. But it's like, alright, if you didn't want to listen to Allie, why are you worried about it? And why do they keep assuming that Allie is A? They keep interchanging Allison and A and Allison. Then when Hannah says she doesn't trust Holbrook anymore, they're like, oh, you think Holbrook did it? It's just like, can you guys get some concrete facts for once in your life? There has to be other people out there that's up to this. Like, it cannot just be Holbrook and Allie. Yes, Holbrook is missing right now, but I think Allie had way more people on her side than that. Whatever happened to Noel Khan, whatever happened to Cece, whatever happened to all the people that Allie had on her side. She had a whole army, you know? What if one of them did it? Like, did you guys just forget about Allison's army all of a sudden? I said, what if it was Ezra being A? Like, what if it was Ezra? Because they're saying Allie, Holbrook, Allie, Holbrook. What if it was Ezra? What if it was somebody else, you know? Oh, Ezra's on the phone with the contractor or whatever, but every time the contractor calls him, he has to leave the room. Why is that? He seems like he's kind of avoiding Arya in a way. I feel like, okay, you have to have a conversation with the contractor, have a conversation with the contractor. Why are you leaving the room? Something's still sus about him. I don't know. I just don't trust him. You know that. This Johnny guy that lives with, what's her face? Spencer now. It's like, oh, now Spencer's, oh, I don't know if you guys just heard that. My stomach growled. But, yeah, the guy who lives in Spencer's barn or whatever, and he's, like, that's Spencer's little escape now. He's, like, giving her the idea that maybe she doesn't have to go to college. Now, I'm all for that. Everybody does not have to go to college, like, truth be told. But where the heck did he come from? And then he's planting these seeds in her mind. Like, she was going to go all the way to Hawaii to go to school, and now she's kind of just thinking about going to Italy and studying art. Now, I love Italy, and the architecture, the art, everything about Italy is amazing. But Spencer, you're Spencer Hastings. Like, what's going on here? But I don't know. What's the point of him for real? Because, okay, sure, on the surface it looks like, oh yeah, he dropped out of college and he's telling her his experiences, but he was fishing for details too. He was asking, oh, he noticed that Toby's a cop, and that kind of made him seem alarmed or whatever, and he was like, so your boyfriend's a cop? Yeah, what is it to you? You know what I mean? What is that? Why is that so alarming to you? And I forgot what else he asked her. I think I wrote it down later on, but we already know he's some type of pawn in A's plan. At least I feel like he is, because they don't introduce another character if they are not a pawn in some way, shape, or form. So who knows? Why is Arya so stupid with the text from Holbrook? it's age. Since when does Holbrook text Arya? Never. Like, why is that so normal? Oh, Holbrook texted me, I'm gonna go meet him. Like, what? You don't. Okay, the only exchange I remember them having was always him implementing that she is possibly guilty for whatever was going on. At the Christmas party, Allison's Christmas thingamajiggy that she had, he was like, whatever his sly comments were, like, oh, tell Ezra he has good taste and all that. So he's like, yeah, I know all about you, pretty much. And then before that, when they were in Radley and the girls were trying to get the tapes or whatever from Bethany, he said something to the effect that, like, she's guilty. So why, if Holbrook texts you, that's your inclination to go by yourself to go pick up whatever or go meet him? Like, he's just gonna spill his guts to you. If you did that to Hannah, okay, but to Arya, that doesn't make any sense. And then come to find out, Holbrook never even shows up. It ends up happening that Arya picks up the flowers that Jason wants to give to Hannah's mom. But you can't be too sure if it was Jason who did that or if A set that up for Arya to find out or what. To me, it kind of seemed like Jason set that up because, you know, he all of a sudden meets her out there and talks to her, sits down with her. So she essentially meets who she was supposed to meet and then goes on to get the flowers to bring to Hannah's house. I don't know. It was just confusing and a little silly. I don't know. I feel like the plot is really stagnant right now and it's bothering me. And it's like, I was really bored watching. Like, this is the heater again, guys, in case you hear it. But I was like really bored watching. Like, nothing crazy happened. Nothing was like, oh my goodness. Like, no, nothing really stood out to me like that. But next, the text from Mona. I lied. I said nothing stood out to me. Some stuff stood out, but like it was dragging a lot in this episode. But the text from Mona, which was the GPS coordinates, which were so convenient that it came from Mona's phone, and then it might be Mona's body in that barrel, and the coordinates, the storage unit is in Hannah's name. It's rented in Hannah's name. I don't know about you guys, but to me it kind of seems like Mona set all this up. Oh, my necklace. It seems like Mona set all this up. It doesn't seem like A did or somebody else did. It seems like Mona set all this up. Does she still want revenge on Hannah and everybody else? Is that what she's going after? I don't know. And then the girls continually talked about Allie as if she was doing all this from the jail cell, like she was delegating to people. Yeah, you go here, you set this up. Oh, like she's telling Holbrook what to do. Like Iris wrote, like, how is Allie doing all this? She's doing this from jail? Like, yeah, she's giving everybody calls and directions of what to do. They're like, oh, I forgot who was it. Spencer was like, oh, I think, what if Allie just gets a plane ticket and comes to Hawaii to torture me there? Like, do you think you're that important to torture? Like, you think you're that important to bother in Allie's eyes? Like, I don't think so. Well, whoever A is, clearly, because A just keeps doing it, but in Allie's eyes, I don't think so. So I think they need to stop saying it's Allie and look and see who could it be. And Jason is seeming really, really suspect right now. Like, the whole thing with the Arya, with Arya setting her up to pick up the flowers to bring to Hannah's house. I don't know if that was him again, but it seemed like it was him to me, at least. And then, yeah, that whole thing with Mrs. Marin just seems really weird that he would choose her of all people. And he's like, the way he said it to Arya was, oh, do you want to talk about Allie for a while? Like, you don't even want to go see your sister, but you want to talk about her? Talk about what she's planning behind bars? She's not planning anything. At least it doesn't seem that way. And, you would think that he would give a little bit more effort to find out what really happened. I don't think he is giving any effort to do so. So it feels like he still set her up. Because remember, like season 1, it kind of seemed like Jason was guilty. He was part of the NAT, guilty with Allison's death, even though she's not dead. You know, he was at the NAT club with Garrett and Ian. So, like, what happened to all of that? Like, what was that all really about? It just kind of went away, but Jason was a part of that. He wasn't really for his sister at all. I don't know why Spencer and Caleb just continually get themselves into these sticky situations. They went into the locker, not the locker, what is it called? The storage unit, that has clearly the barrel that's supposed to have Mona's body inside of it. And you climb through the what is that thing called? The air duct or whatever, to get to the storage unit. They said, oh, don't touch anything, but they both touched the barrel. No, then the light turned off. We don't know what happened. They didn't see the body. They just left. Like, what happened there? They didn't really talk about that. It seems a little weird that Spencer and Caleb are always buddy-buddy and hanging out now to figure things out. It's just a little weird to me. Not much else happened, guys. Nothing too crazy. At the very end, whoever was in a black hoodie going into Holbrook's office, eating his taffies, it could kind of seem like it was Holbrook, but then maybe it wasn't Holbrook. Maybe it was somebody who knew he likes taffies and goes into his drawer and gets the taffies. I don't know. Like, do you guys have a clue of who it was who came in there with the black hoodie? Hannah's name is on the storage unit. That's what we found out. Johnny is, I just wrote that Johnny's too nosy. Like, he keeps asking. He's like, oh, a lot goes on in this town. It's not like when he remembers Rosewood, and he's like, oh, the dead body in your backyard to Spencer and stuff. And I was just like, you're asking a lot. Like, it's normal to ask questions, but then I feel like he's fishing for details or trying to get her to be distracted, because her and Toby are not so great right now, because of course Toby found out that her and Caleb went again to go do something else when they're not supposed to be fishing for details at all. They're supposed to leave it alone. And I feel like they don't understand yet that they're not helping the situation by going in. You're literally putting your DNA in a place where it shouldn't be, which can then implement you. The very thing you're afraid of, you're kind of making happen, I feel like. To say that the cops do find their DNA when they finally find the storage unit, how are you going to explain that? And then if you don't bring it to the attention of the cops, how are you going to explain that? You know what I mean? It's just, they're just doing really dumb stuff right now, and I feel like you would think they would know, you should probably not do that. Like, yeah, let's not go into the storage unit. Let's find a way to get the cops to realize what's going on. The only cop that they can really tell is Toby, because he's the only trustworthy one, but then, like Spencer said, she doesn't want to risk his job. But if you guys are going to move away, big deal, you know? So yeah, I think that's it, guys. Nothing too crazy this episode. I was kind of bored with it, honestly. It was just like, I'm waiting for something real to happen. Yes, they almost discovered Mona's body, but they didn't definitely discover it. And I just found it weird how Jason was acting, the way he was talking to Arya like they've been friends for years, and they're talking about the case like, oh, Allie probably had help that day, but do you know who did it? Like, who are you again? Jason was the one who acted really creepy. Like, he liked Arya for a minute seasons ago. He had all the pictures of her in his little dark room thing. Like, no, Jason has always been weird, and he's trying to seem normal now, but I don't think he is normal. I think there's something up there. But anyway, comment down below with what you thought of this episode. Like the video if you liked the video. Subscribe for future videos, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.